Nazareth Area High School, the site today for East Penn Conference basketball action, a first-place battle in the Northampton Division. It's our D11sports.com Game of the Week, presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Hi and welcome, everyone. Al DeCarlo alongside Tracy Sear. So glad you could join us and excited to be here as well. And they just met a couple days ago, a 39-30 win by Nazareth, playing twice in 48 hours. Good or bad for both teams?
Well, I think that both teams wanted to have a practice before they played the first time round, but now they got to practice in between the games to kind of make corrections and adjustments as needed. But it is what it is in today's COVID age.
Let's talk about Dave Lutz. Does a great job with this team year in and year out. They're 4-1 overall after that loss the other night. And for him, Sarah Timone is one of the players we like to spotlight today.
Yeah, Sarah Timone's a 5'10 junior guard. She's a captain. She leads the team in both rebounding and in shooting threes. But the thing that she does best for them is she's a great leader. She works hard and she does the walk. She walks the walk and talks the talk. So this team really respects her. If the other players respect her, and she's averaging 6.7 points per game for them, so she's able to do that for them as well, contribute offensively.
For Rich Bickert, they're 5-0. He likes where they're at, but like he said, not that many practices going on. We're just taking it literally one game at a time. He's in his 15th year as the head coach. Kelly Lazinski, she's been dynamite last year, already this year as well.
Yeah, she's a 5'7" junior guard. She's averaging 12 points per game for this team. She has a great basketball IQ and probably one of the quickest releases I've seen on a shooter in recent years. And she can shoot the three. She could also score by getting to the basket. So she's a total threat.
Expect a good matchup here. Nazareth taking on Easton. Your D11sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Back after this.
St. Luke's is ready for you. We're working tirelessly to make sure our hospitals and facilities are as safe as ever. We're all masking for you, and we provide masks to our patients and guests. We're ready for you, screening all patients for symptoms before appointments and offering virtual registration and check-in. We're limiting the number of people in our waiting areas and repeatedly disinfecting waiting and exam rooms. St. Luke's is ready for you so you can stay healthy, now more than ever. Do you want to have your child see the pediatrician, but you wonder if now is a safe time? Well visits and vaccines are more important now than ever. St. Luke's Pediatrics offers options to streamline your visit, like over-the-phone screenings before you come in, virtual visits you could do from home, and some practices even offer curbside consultations. St. Luke's wants to keep you and your child safe and healthy, so call us today. St. Luke's, my health, my hospital, our community.
We are back here at Nazareth High School, so glad you could join us. And joining us on the sidelines is Maggie Lefebvre and Gianna Schaefer, two student reporters that we have for us from Nazareth, and we go to them for their first report.
Thank you, guys. I had the chance to talk to Easton head coach Lutz, and he mentioned how, they've already played Nazareth 2 times. This is their third head-to-head. So at this point, they've kind of figured out what they're going to need to work on for this game. He said Nazareth knows how to capitalize on their opponent's mistakes. So what Easton's going to need to do is make sure that they're minimizing those mistakes against Nazareth. He says Coach Lutz says that Nazareth's a great team, and he's very happy with the effort that the Easton girls have given in their past 2 games against them. With COVID, it's been really difficult for their team, but it's brought their team together a lot, and the girls are always so happy to be on the court. Any chance they get, they're ecstatic to be there.
Yeah, I got to talk to Nazareth's coach Bickert today, and he said, with the snow and all, they got practice in yesterday, and they were really fortunate to that, and they try and do what they can do. But he said, Easton's a very balanced team, and Nazareth's going to have to keep up their defense and run Easton up and down the court. He said today, this year has been a really strange year, and all of the girls are going to have to come together. All right.
Thank you, guys. Back to you.
All right. Good job on the sidelines. They've had a lot of experience in a short period of time, that's for sure. Gianna Schaefer and Maggie Lefebvre. Excited to have this one for you. Again, as we look at this matchup, we're expecting some good things between these two teams. And when you look across the state and, not going to have an East Penn Conference tournament now. First you weren't, then you were, then you weren't. So much going on. You look at a team like Freedom, has not played yet. That has a lot to do with a lot of different things. It's going to be an open tournament when it comes to the districts. Everybody's going to get in, so it gives everybody an opportunity to participate. there's really no time to put these games in when it comes to East Penn Conference Tournament because some of these teams are just still trying to get some games in before they get to districts.
Yeah, that's the case. I mean, and like we said, both Easton and Nazareth went on 5 and 7 days without practicing at all before they played last time. They were able to get in the gym yesterday after their first matchup where Nazareth prevailed, and now they're just hoping they made the right adjustments, on each side to be able to either win by more or possibly have Easton beat Nazareth this time around.
So obviously a game like this, people are watching around because they know that these are the two premier teams or two of the premier teams. But you look at that Northampton division, and we mentioned it before, they're so packed, and that's what's huge about it. Let's take a look at our this afternoon's keys to the game between Easton and Nazareth in this first place North Division showdown. For Dave Lutz, defend those three-point shooters, limit Brugler's second chances. Easier said than done. She's been, really amazing all year long to this point. For Rich Bickert, got to rebound the ball and speed the game up. I think when talking to Coach Bickert, earlier, he really, really wants to move the ball down the floor.
Well, the last game, it was a very low-scoring game. The score was in the 30s, and that really was advantageous to the Easton. But Nazareth usually averages close to 65 points per game. So for them, they want to get out and they want to run and they want to score quick, especially off of turnovers. There were a lot of turnovers on both teams in our last matchup on Thursday. So hopefully they're going to correct those this time around.
Well, let's pause and honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Now we get ready for these two teams. Again, Rich Bickert in his 15th year, 270 and 110 for Coach Lutz in his 8th year, also was the boys coach for a while, 132 and 59 as we welcome in the teams. And with that, we'll take a look at the starting lineups for both teams here on D11sports.com on this Saturday afternoon. As it'll be Timone, Firstner, Violante, McPeak, and Staten. And Lazinski, Brugler, Ahern, Polson, and Fortner, your starting five for the Nazareth Blue Eagles. Obviously, when you look at these lineups and talking to Coach Bickert, one thing, there's other players stepping up. Everyone, you see Brugler and you see Lazinski, but Ahern, they're all playing well, and that's what brings a team together. And you talk about Coach Lutz at the same time, he's bringing everybody back. So he expected it. They lost to Freedom last year in the playoffs, a game that we did, and he knew coming back that he was going to have a good team. Obviously, he lost one of his players, Cassie Saylor, that transferred to Bethlehem Catholic. She's not playing, unfortunately, for her, a Wagner recruit. But he still loves the makeup of his team, and he's excited where they are right now.
Yeah, both these teams had pretty much, Nazareth had everybody back, Easton had everybody back. They both had, Nazareth had a tremendous run last year deep into the state tournament and was cut short, not by a loss, but by COVID and the pandemic. But, both teams have size. This is a really good matchup. Like I said, last game, they was a little sloppy with the amount of turnovers they had. But, again, both teams played pressure defense. So it'll be interesting to see what adjustments are made today.
I think you said that too, and Coach Bickert said it me before the game, these girls in the back of their mind, they do have that where they think, are we going to get shut down? And you can't stop a kid from thinking that because it happened to them already. So it's obviously on their mind. Now get ready for the opening tip between these two teams. Again, they played the other night. and it was 39-30 in favor of Easton. So your scores: Easton beat Bethlehem Catholic 35-30, 56-34, beat Northampton 39-34, 48-40. Nazareth beat Notre Dame Green Pond 55-46. Then Bethlehem Catholic on 2 occasions, Northampton and Easton the other night. We are underway and is controlled here by the Lady Eagles. So glad you could join us on this Saturday afternoon for our D11sports.com Game of the Week, presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine.
And Easton starting out in their 2-3 matchup zone. And as they did the other night, they were able to look at that short corner, low post, opposite low post, and hit Polson for the shot down low.
So good start getting Polson active. Here's a 3 from the outside. That one well off the mark by Timone.
And a jump ball called there. It should go to Easton if it's a jump ball. And Nazareth won the tip.
Just underway, about 30 seconds into the game.
So the other night, Easton was able to get the ball inside to number 50, Staten, and she missed the first 8 shots she took, which she was a 52% shooter at that point. And, that got them to a slow start. So hopefully, there you go. Easton's coming out and attacking that Violante, getting the rebound and going hard.
And Violante gets the first basket for the Red Rovers. Make it 2-2 here in the early going. So you say low scoring favors Easton, high scoring favors Nazareth. That sound correct?
Yes, it does.
Inside they try to go, and then they collapse down low. Good job of poking that one away was Nakai Firstner.
Yeah, they're really trying to take Brugler out of the offense, not allowing her to get position and not allowing the entrance pass into the post. But she had 2 threes the other night against them, so she can beat you inside, she can beat you outside.
I guess, they give you a little room on the outside. She's not going to hesitate to take that shot. Maybe that's the shot she wants, but she can hit it.
She sure can.
Lazinski underway. I want to thank Ray Romella for his hospitality today once again. Does a great job here as the Nazareth athletic director. Move it down low. Brugler, that one pops out. And another takeaway. So a couple turnovers here in the early going.
And this is how it was the other night. I mean, Easton is really, they play that 2-3 zone, but they're really lengthy, and they're got their hands up in the passing lanes and tipping the passes, and they're able to come up with them.
We go like 30 games and don't see a ball go off the back of the rim. That's twice in 2 possessions for Easton.
Has to bounce your way sometimes.
2 minutes into the game and a 2-2 tie. And that one, a straight steal picked up there by Violante. Yep.
Violante for 2.
Easton takes their first lead. She's got both baskets.
It looks like Coach Lutz did some adjustments at practice yesterday.
Yeah, talking to both coaches, Tracy, practices are so important. Everybody says, we just want to play sometimes, but practice is so important. And when you don't have them, you can't adjust. You can't figure it out. You come back and you're showing up at a game and say, all right, this is what we got to do. But being able to at least utilize the practice to do it, especially on a very good, when you're going to play against 2 top teams, that practice yesterday for both teams was huge.
Oh, definitely. Especially, Nazareth typically plays in a 1-3-1 half court zone, so you need to practice against that. Not everybody plays a 1-3-1. Here's Brugler down low, great position, great read, great move. That's so fundamentally sound. You see she looks over her right shoulder, saw the defender there, and spun back to her left side.
So Brugler on the scoreboard, 4-4, near side to McPeak. And that shot from the corner is a long 2 by Violante, who's heating up. She's got all 6 points.
Yeah, she came ready to play. She was really solid. She didn't score to the 4th quarter last time we played. Again, great hands there. There you go. Great hands again by Sarah Timone. Tipped that ball away. They're making Lazinski work up top there.
No doubt.
Here's Ahern.
Move it around. Here's Lazinski. Lazinski has yet to attempt a shot from the outside. Nice feed inside. There's Lazinski. Gets a wide open look at a three and makes it count.
And there's that quick release I was talking about. I'll tell you, Nazareth does this so well. They're so used to each other, again, having everybody returning from last year. They know where each other is. They move the ball very well. They kick it inside. The shot's not there. The double down. They kick it out to the open man where they know where they're going to be, and they bury the shot. That was well done by Nazareth.
So Nazareth regains the lead by 1 on the 11th three-pointer of the year by Lazinski. McPeak lines up for 3. That one off the back of the rim. Ball loose. Violante had her hands on it, but instead it goes into the hands of the Blue Eagles. And Easton will get it back as it goes off Brugler.
And there you have Timon again making a defensive stop. Nazareth now switching to their 1-3-1.
Driving through the defense. Violante now down low. 1 on 3, collapsing, doesn't matter.
And there's what Staten didn't do the other night. She did not finish, and today she finished for him. That's a positive for the Easton Red Rovers today.
So 8-7, Red Rovers.
I think Staten played a little bit intimidated for the first time playing against Nazareth.
Well, how about that shot? Didn't go. The only way, they had 3 players on her. She went behind the back. That's kind of like when I play horse. Yeah, it's just, it'll go. Next stoppage will be a media timeout. Inside, Staten can't get the roll. Lazinski on the rebound. Here come the Blue Eagles. Driving through. Once and done. That one knocked away.
And nobody else was there for Nazareth to help with the rebounding. They were all watching.
A 1-point game has been back and forth since the start here in this one. Easton tries to go inside, nothing there. They get tangled up. It'll be Nazareth basketball and the first media timeout, and it comes with 2:41 on the clock.
That last possession down here, Nazareth switched to a man-to-man. So they're doing a nice job of trying to confuse Easton by changing defenses almost every time down the floor here.
Trace, as you look at this Nazareth team and knowing across the state, when you get into that state tournament, because it'll only be district champs only moving on. First, we'll look at a highlight here.
This is Brugler, kicks it out to Lazinski, and steals pass on the skip pass here by Violante, and a nice finish at the other end.
I was going to say, knowing that, only not that many teams are going to go to states this year because of moving on, but District 11, if I'm not mistaken, gets District 12 to start in the 6A. That's a tough draw to start things off, but it's what you take. And if you're one of the best teams in the state, you're going to play whoever you're going to play.
Yeah, they're just going to be happy to be in the tournament and be able to play the games. It doesn't matter who you're playing. You still have to beat everybody to win the championship
regardless.
Anyway. So, and I know you said that everybody might be getting it. I didn't know. I heard that wasn't confirmed yet, that they might not be able to take everybody because it's too many games that they have to worry about. So they might only be taking the top 10, top 8. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there was a district committee meeting yesterday, and it looked like everyone's getting in. Now, again, if that's changed since.
That was 2 days ago. I had heard it the other way. So that's good. That's great that everyone's going to have the opportunity to play in. Because it would be so unfair for teams that didn't get the games in that they need, like Freedom.
There's the question too. Nice pass inside. We use Freedom as an example because they haven't played yet on the boys and the girls side. Then the District 11 committee is going to have an interesting task ahead of them. If a team like Freedom only plays one game, which hopefully they're not. Hopefully they play 5 or 6 or 7. You get a better gauge on that. But say they only play one game. Take the worst case scenario. Are they the number 1 seed? You can't justify them being the number 1 seed, but you can't justify them being the number 8 seed at the same time. So I think there's going to be some. I think the District 11 committee, Bob Hartman, and everyone around it. They had the meeting yesterday in all the sports. They have done a tremendous job. The league chairmans as well, but in the districts, just getting everything intact and making sure these kids have a chance to play any sport they want. I know it's going to. Wrestling's the tough one, of course, and the East Penn Conference is not going to have. They're going to have, if you want to participate, you can. But, it's just a matter of getting involved and seeing if you can get to districts and individuals in wrestling and, swimming as well. They're going to be playing at different sites. And, where the site's going to be for basketball, you don't know. The higher seed, they're going to try to have a neutral site. So a lot of things to happen, and every day's a new day. So we'll see what happens. And, it's March 6th. Happy birthday to my mom, by the way. I'll throw that out there. Don't know if she's watching, but.
Yeah, because all these games have to be done by March 27th. It's a hard,
Inside, nice look. And the basket is good by Evelise Cole. So first basket for Cole. She averages 4.2 a game.
Yeah, she's a freshman, and I know coaches are very excited about her being able to get some varsity time as a freshman.
The three will not drop for Sophia Zelasco. Inside 45 seconds.
Easton's doing a great job of, again, controlling the pace of this game.
It remains Nazareth basketball with 32 ticks on the clock.
Lazinski and Paulson check back in for Nazareth.
Again, Paulson was hurt last year with the ACL, and they got her at 100%. Brings some size.
And I'm pretty sure I heard that she committed to play at Cabrini next year.
I think you are correct. Spin move in the paint. Oh, look at the hands. Good job defensively there by McKenna Zimmerman.
Again, the size that Easton has inside, the length that they're using to help tip and deflect passes. They're doing a nice job of controlling the defensive end of the court.
Add dimension. Here's Kiki Smith in the lineup, a 5'2" junior guard. Final 6 seconds, and that one taken away by Lazinski. Lazinski's going to have to let one fly, and she will. It will count if it goes. It does not. One complete from Nazareth. We got a good one. 10-7 Easton. Back after this. You're watching our D11sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine.
When neck or back pain makes life feel like this, or this, think St. Luke's Comprehensive Spine. Our approach to treating back and neck pain will get you on a course to healing. Most back and neck pain can be resolved through physical therapy, and when it can't, St. Luke's Comprehensive Spine offers a full spectrum of specialty services. So when back or neck pain makes life feel like this, think St. Luke's Comprehensive Spine. We've got your back and neck and spine.
St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Extraordinary care in motion.
We are back here at Nazareth High School. First quarter in the books, 10-7. Al DiCarlo, Tracy Sear, Maggie LaFave, Gianna Schaefer, Dave Micah. As we start the second quarter, Bill Lewis and the staff at Sports Fan Base Network in the house. I mentioned my mom's birthday. Bill Lewis's mom's birthday as well. Throw that out there. A lot of February 6th birthdays. Tracy, inside on the basket again by Staten. Your thoughts of the first quarter?
Well, I think it's, Easton's playing very well today. They aren't having as many turnovers as they had the first time around. They're blocking down on defense, and Staten's finishing inside for them, which she didn't do, I said, the first time around. So, Easton's looking really good right now. Nazareth needs to.
Wow.
There's a nice play.
Off the miss.
Foul zone.
So Marina Falzone shows her size at 5'10" on the rebound after the miss.
And that's exactly what Nazareth needed to get some second attempts. They weren't getting those. And they're not making their outside shots right now. So they rely a lot on the three-pointer. They have 4 different kids that can score from outside, and no one's hit one yet, really. So.
And they get the ball back here. Polson is wide open on the near side, but they go inside. That one rolls out by Zelasco.
That foul's on number 1, Kelly Lazinski. That's her first, team first.
So Lazinski gets tagged with the foul. First foul of the game That's hard to believe, is it not? I don't want to, what's that phrase? Shoot the clown,
Yeah. Well, they're playing zone, so they're not playing a lot of man.
Right.
There's not a lot of driving going on.
Wow,
There she
nice
is.
move. Staten has 6.
Coach Litz said they're going to go back inside to her again today because she's, been working on her game yesterday, and they think that they could do some damage in the paint with her.
Inside out, Polson from 15. That hits the back of the rim.
Another rebound by Falzone. And that's what they need. They need second shots. When you're not hitting your outside shots, you got to be able to get a second attempt.
We'll go to the line and shoot 2 for the Blue Eagles.
So Marina Falzone, a 5'10" junior forward, averaging 2.5 points a game. This is only her second trip to the free throw line. She makes both. Had a chance to talk to her dad, Tom. Always a great conversation with him. 14-11.
And now again, Nazareth is back into 1-3-1.
From the corner. And that one won't drop from McPeak. Ball loose, and
Staten came to play today.
no doubt. She's showing her force inside, getting another rebound.
Yes.
She's begging for the basketball.
Yeah, look at this move. There you go.
Yeah, I think she's found something here. She's got 8 points. She's got the last 6 points.
Yeah, and she's shooting the ball with authority today, which she didn't do the other night. Like I said, she really, I watched her play a few times, and I was really impressed with her. She does a great job of using her body, positioning properly on the block, so the guards have a full target to feed her on the inside.
Lazinski misses on the 3. Violante, who was hot in the first quarter. And they'll reset the offense. Interior scoring by number 50 right there. We'll get the exterior going as well. That one off the mark, ball loose. Chance here for Nazareth. They have numbers coming the other way. In transition, nice feed, unselfish play, and the basket is good to Falzone from Zelasco.
Zelasco did a great job of threading the needle down there, and Falzone did a nice job finishing on the left side of the basket.
16-13.
Again, you have Nazareth playing without Brugler on the court right now. They're in their 1-3-1. They're lengthy. They're really trying to scrap out some turnovers here.
Trace, we're in a crazy year, right, with everything going on. Coaches keep saying the players know anything can be shut down at any given time. These girls are giving everything they got, every play down the floor. You just saw it there. The ball's loose, and they're just scrapping it. They're like, I'm not giving this up. That'll be the last time I can touch this ball.
Well, these are two of the best teams in the Valley, so they're not gonna not give it their all. And Nazareth is such a seasoned team. Again, they're losing right now. They're coming back right at Easton, but Easton again. The Red Rovers that they are, they lost the other night. They want to prove that they deserve to be on the court and mentioned with some of the best teams in the Valley.
Yep. Again, we look at Northampton Division, and it is packed with good teams. And another great team in Freedom. They're waiting to play, and we'll see. Coach Litz said the same thing. We'll see what they do when they come out of the gate.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out why they still haven't played, but they have to get 10 practices in before they can play a game.
Inside, Brugler.
And again, it's still a 1-point game. You have these two teams that are not gonna let the other run on them. You get a lead, they're gonna keep coming back at you.
Feed the corner, and now move it out. Smith. Some patience here for the Red Rovers. And a wide open look from the top of the arc. And that remains Easton basketball with 4:04 on the clock.
Zimmerman, look at her standing next to Brugler. She's tall too.
No doubt.
There's two lengthy teams out there for girls programs.
It's not every day you're watching a girls' game at the high school level and seeing a bunch of 6-footers. That one slapped away by Polson. Chance for Nazareth to take the lead. A 3 here by Lazinski. That hits the front of the rim. Brugler comes up with a rebound.
Oh, beautiful
and
pass.
nice look, and that one rejected.
That was
Great job. You talk about size. they had the great pass, but then the rejection.
Oh, that was awesome play.
Evelise Cole. And then contact here. 16-15 is your score.
That foul's number 22. Cody Paulson, number 15. McKenna Zimmerman will shoot 2.
So take the media timeout before the free throws.
Here in the second quarter with the Red Rovers leading 16-15.
You know, on that Easton bench, Shelly Bartolacci, Tanya Ransom, and you know, Shelly, you know, from years and years, she just loves the game. Can't keep her away, Trace. Like you, you're one of the same way. You can't keep her away. You're in the mic. She's still coaching.
I know. I mean, she was the head coach there back when I played at Easton a few years ago.
Did you guys ever battle?
Yeah, we played a lot. I mean, I also grew up across the street from the Jacobs family, and
hold on.
Also
this is good.
Also the Lutz family.
So was there ever a one-on-one game between you and Shelly?
We played at practice, you know, a lot, just screwing around kind of stuff.
We got any video on that?
No
video. Okay, I'm just trying to see. I'm trying to stir the pot a little bit, see if we, you know.
No, but I used to play on the streets a lot with Tommy Lutz, Dave's younger brother.
Tommy's
who graduated.
a good guy. Yep.
Graduated from Easton and
Went to
Muhlenberg.
Muhlenberg.
Yep. Yeah. So we were a neighborhood of basketball people.
That's great. That's great. Aldi Carlo, Tracy Sear with you here at Nazareth High School. Again, want to thank Ray Romello. Want to thank everyone at St. Luke's, John Hoff, Ken Sidlow, Greg Lay, and our student reporters here tonight, Maggie LaFave, Gianna Schaefer. Super Bowl Sunday tomorrow. Who do you like? Who do you care?
I like Kansas City, only because I just think they're that good.
Well, I'm actually, you know, because I'm a Giants fan, I'm actually rooting for Brady. He didn't beat the Giants, so I'm okay with that. So.
I'm really rooting for a good game.
Yeah. Free throw is good by McKenna Zimmerman.
But if you're asking me, you know, where I put my money, I would put it on Kansas City. Foul shots are huge, too, in this kind of game. Every point matters. It doesn't come down to the final play. It comes down to all the little plays in between, too. So being able to convert on the foul line is going to be key.
Here's Brugler.
Easton's really extending this zone pressure out, keeping pressure on the ball, making the passes inside much more difficult.
And that one just skipped through the hands, and another turnover.
And like I said, the other night there were a lot of turnovers, and Easton created a lot of turnovers. They just didn't convert on the offensive end with them, and that's the difference today. That was a nice play. Cole, the freshman, makes a backdoor cut. She just didn't finish it. She traveled there. She needed a dribble.
So under 3.
I've seen LeBron James take more steps, though. So.
I don't think he ever takes any steps. I don't know. Move the ball around to Fortner. And a 3-point game. Easton still remains on top. Lozinski gets caught in the corner. Comes a hand really in the face right as she was attempting that throw. And that ball gets juggled around, popped around into the hands of Jayla Reinert. Here's a 3. That's a tough shot.
Gotta love a freshman that's not afraid to shoot.
Yeah, right. In the lane. And that one knocked away. Good job by Brugler.
And again, Nazareth trying to get the ball down the court as quickly as possible, catch him off guard.
22, Jayla Reiner. Her first, team second.
Foul was on the ground.
So 4 team fouls here in the first half. 2 minutes left. Inbounded to Ahern. Here's Lozinski.
Foul zone.
Tell you what, she, wasn't there the game that we did against Bethlehem Catholic? She gives you another added dimension in this lineup, and especially besides the size, she gives you some great playing time.
Yeah, I mean, she just did a nice job. She got the ball in short corner. She wasn't in position to shoot from there. She gave a nice ball fake, penetrated to the lane, and drew the foul.
Number 50.
You need people that are going to get to the foul line for you. That's what you want, and she's able to do that and create some offensive opportunities for herself.
Yeah, 7 points. First time she's missed a free throw tonight. Ball loose and goes in the hands of Smith. Smith will take it up the floor, show some speed, never stopping, and now we'll reset the offense.
Now Nazareth is in man-to-man again.
Down to about 1:30 on the clock.
Here's Staten going hard.
Brugler set her up there. And a reach in by Timone and a foul.
That was a great defensive play by Brugler.
Foul number 3, Sarah Timone.
Brugler's 13th block of the season.
So Nazareth doesn't. Nice job. Defense is bellying up on you. You still have your dribbled around and penetrate. Post does a nice job there.
Ball tipped. 18-16.
Look back to Ahern here for a quick three. She's wide open. Nice.
Nice, great look underneath. Paulson can't convert, however. I'll tell you what, I like, you talked about before, Staten more and more. I like her every time she's down the floor.
I'm telling you, she just really didn't have her best game the other night. Call the moving screen there on Timone.
So inside a minute.
Firstner also checks back in for Easton.
Here's Ahern.
There she
Ahern
is.
will get a
That's
wide
shot.
open look off the baseline
There it
and
is.
drops it.
She's shooting over 50% from three-point land. You can't leave her open.
That's her 14th three-pointer of the year. Nazareth regains the lead. 19-18.
And she's a set shooter. She's the kind of kid that, if I'm coaching against her and I'm not going to let her take a set shot. I want to make her put the ball on the ground.
How about that ball getting swatted away?
Hands everywhere.
Easton down by 1.
It's by Violante with the ball here. See if she holds for one.
Final 15 ticks on the clock. It'll take a lot of time to get this going here. Inside, and a jumper. That one off the mark. Final seconds, gonna let it fly. Counts as it goes, it does not. So Nazareth, who was down for the most part of that quarter, gets a shot at the end by Ahern. And Nazareth Blue Eagles are up by 1.
I missed something here.
We'll take a timeout, come back with more. You're watching our D11sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine.
Concussions are serious. 3 million sport, recreation, and auto accident-related concussions happen each year. 20% of high school athletes who play contact sports will suffer a concussion during the season. St. Luke's is the region's leader in assessing, managing, and treating concussions in athletes and non-athletes of all ages. Our multi-specialty teams of experts collaborate to care for you using the latest treatment options. Don't play head games, take concussions seriously. Call St. Luke's to schedule an appointment with one of our concussion experts. Are you searching for a place where you belong? Where your fitness matters? Regardless of what shape you're in, St. Luke's Fitness and Sports Performance Centers have a professional team that will help you meet or exceed your fitness goals. With locations throughout the region and nationally recognized fitness experts, you'll become a member of a supportive fitness community. We call it Extraordinary Fitness. Visit us online to start your free 7-day membership and let us help you thrive.
(19-18) is your score at the half as we'll welcome you back here to Nazareth High School. Al DeCarlo, Tracy Sear with you. And Tracy, it's been an interesting first half. back and forth for the most part, and you look at it, this is what you want to see, a game like this, and it is back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to some of the parents before the game, and they're like, "Oh, I hope we win. I hope it's a good game." That's what I'm here to see. So I'm really happy with what we're seeing. I mean, Easton's playing very well. Nazareth made a few mistakes, and they're not hitting from the outside. So, Nazareth needs to start converting offensively. Easton needs to keep doing what they're doing.
Talk about Staten right now. You talked about it the whole first half, but, what she has done and differently from 2 days ago?
Well, like I said, she's shooting, before last game, she was shooting over 52% from the floor. And she started the game off shooting 0 for 8. Now, she scored a few points in the game, but, coming out and missing those shots, she lost confidence. She's definitely playing with much more confidence today, aggressive, getting the ball and driving to the basket against Brugler. I mean, here's a sophomore going up against one of the best players in the Lehigh Valley, and that's not the state.
What I like about it also, when you're watching her, she gets blocked, but she goes right back at it. And that says a lot about a player, not just, hesitation. And maybe that was for the first game a little bit different. But Marina Falzone came in. She's got 7 points, giving him some big points off the bench.
Yeah, I mean, you got to love when you can get, a transfer to come into your school that has that size, that skill set. She was a great player at Moravian on their team last year. And, for her to be able to contribute like she is coming off, being sitting out with injuries and everything else. And, good for her that she's, able to contribute and be crack the lineup on a team that didn't lose anybody.
What have we learned from the first half?
Well, I think we learned that Easton is for real today. They're coming out with their intensity. They're in the passing lanes. They're aggressive on the offensive end, which they weren't last time. They weren't taking a lot of outside shots. They had more turnovers than shots attempts most of the time on possessions. They've adjusted and changed that for this game. And as far as Nazareth goes, I think, Nazareth needs to hit some more outside shots. They finally hit one there at the end, but they weren't getting the second shots either. They were really doing a nice job, Easton was, with Staten and the others, keeping them off the boards.
Well, let's take a look at the standings here. Again, they changed the standings when it comes to, divisions and, how it was. You remember Skyline and Steele. This time you're playing within county, so you're going Monroe, Northampton, and Lehigh. West and East played the other day. West is 8-0. East is 6-1. Nazareth, we see what they're doing there in a really tough Northampton division. Parkland's still undefeated. They'll play Nazareth later this week out of the division. Central Catholic and Emmaus in the mix as well. So when you look at these teams, you just kind of wait and see who's the best, but you kind of know going into the year, the eyes on the ball. All right, we know Nazareth, we know Easton. Bethlehem Catholic came out of the gate slow, but looks like they're starting to pick up some steam as well. How interesting is, since they're not playing the league tournament, how interesting is going to be the 6A girls tournament?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's really, the district is really going to be tough. I mean, and you're one and done when you get into that district tournament, but there's some tremendous teams in there. And, if they're taking everybody, it's lucky for Becca because, like you said, they're playing in this north bracket. They had to open up with Easton twice, Nazareth twice, and they lost a ton of talent from last year's team. So, he's got a lot of young players on that team that he's just trying to develop. So, it's really going to be fun to watch for us. I hope I get to cover some games.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here in the second half. We'll come back with more action. It is 19-18, the Nazareth Blue Eagles leading by 1. You're watching our D11sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Back after this.
Hall of Fame pitcher Steve Carlton knows what it takes to exceed expectations. He knows what it means to be part of a team that rises above the competition. He knows a champion. Steve Carlton knows St. Luke's Orthopedic Care.
When neck or back pain makes life feel like this, or this, think St. Luke's Comprehensive Spine. Our approach to treating back and neck pain will get you on a course to healing. Most back and neck pain can be resolved through physical therapy, and when it can't, St. Luke's Comprehensive Spine offers a full spectrum of specialty services. So when back or neck pain makes life feel like this, think St. Luke's Comprehensive Spine. We've got your back, and neck, and spine.
We are back here at the half, getting ready to start half number 2. Al DiCarlo, Tracy Sear with you from Nazareth and at Ray Nunemaker Gymnasium. And I want to thank Ray Ramella for his hospitality again tonight. And just a great opportunity for us to be out here, a great opportunity for us to see 2 premier teams in the Lehigh Valley go head-to-head here in this Northampton division. And I think, looking at it, obviously it's an opportunity for us to get a gauge, and I guess it's an opportunity for them to get a gauge as well to see, hey, lost the first time, lose the second time, and see what happens either way. So obviously, we're excited, and it's an opportunity for them as well to go. And Gianna Schaefer and Maggie Lefebvre are on the sidelines right now, and we have their report.
Thank you, guys. So, it's been a really close and a really exciting game. For most of the game, Easton had the edge on Nazareth, but, in that last minute, Nazareth was able to pull out a bit of that lead. Marina Falzone, she's had a really great game. Leading scorer for Nazareth right now. That second quarter, she just really came alive. She's out there, she's scoring points, and she's putting up a good fight for Nazareth.
Yeah, I don't think Nazareth was expecting Easton to come out how aggressive that they did. Easton's playing a very quick and aggressive game, which I don't think Nazareth was expecting, and Nazareth's starting to adjust. But it's going to be interesting to see if Easton can keep that up and if Nazareth can keep adjusting to what Easton's throwing at them. So I think it's going to be really interesting. It's really close, 19-18. I'm so excited to see what's going to happen in the second half.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Back to you.
And Trace, I think they said exactly what you said. Were you talking to them before or what? Because that's exactly what, what you're seeing here. And I think, the added person there, is Falzone. Throw her in the mix and what she's been doing. You got 7 points. She's the leading scorer. I mean, if you're looking at things right now, Brugler has 4, Paulson has 2, and that was the first basket of the game, if I'm not mistaken. And Lazinski has 3. Ahern's got that 3 at the end, but other than that, it's Falzone with the scoring.
Well, yeah, and, Brugler's such a great player, and they're really trying, teams key on her, try to shut her down. And if she's, really good players, as we said before, they're hard to keep down. So she's going to come back out and, make adjustments on her own and finish shots here and there, and still going to get her the ball. And, they're going to try to, make a run like they did last time.
And we saw that in the Becca game also. When we did the Becca game, she had a few points at the half and then lit it up in the second half, scored 25. So when you're good, you're going to get to play.
Yeah, but, the difference is that, Easton's not Becca. So, Easton has a ton of talent. They have a ton of size, and they're playing aggressive basketball today. So, they're going to make her work, and she's going to have to continue to work. And she does a great job of moving without the ball. So we'll see what happens here out of this timeout through halftime. 3 for
Lazinski, 7 for Falzone, 4 for Brugler. Ahern with 3, 2 points for Polson. Evelise Cole with 2 points for Zimmerman, 6 points for Violante. They all came in the first quarter, and 8 points for Anya Staten, the sophomore forward. Easton looking to improve to 5-1. Blue Eagles looking to improve to 6-0.
And Nazareth is coming out in man-to-man defense to start the second half.
Underway here, third quarter.
There's Staten pinning again down low on the block, kicking it back out.
Goes off the hands of Violante. She gets it right back. Ball loose. They battle for it, and Easton will try to reset the offense, but it'll be Nazareth basketball on the jump ball. So 10-7 Easton after 1, 19-18. Nazareth. Nice feed down underneath. It goes off Paulson's hands, but that was tipped, and I believe the hand was McPeak.
Yes, McPeak got a hand on that. But yet, Nazareth is getting the ball down low. They're open a lot, but Easton's been able to recover, tip some balls, block some shots. Really pushing, really pushing Brugler around down low.
Again, we go back to the fouls in the first half. There was not that many. So really you could play as hard as you want here in the second half when you look at it. It can be interesting when that first foul is called underneath and how much Easton's going to be able to push along to see, how much body they can give before something's called. Outside shot doesn't go for Ahern. And Easton will bring it up the floor, trying to regain the lead.
And again, if their shots aren't going to fall, then Nazareth needs to start putting the ball on the ground and getting to the rim.
The three will get the roll by Timon, her first three and 12th of the year.
And that's, again, she's their best three-point shooter. She leads the team with 12 threes on the year.
So Easton up by 2. That one tipped. Great hands once again on the defense. They've been all over the place, have the Red Rovers today defensively.
And
Quick
again,
release on the three.
Nobody stepping up and stopping Violante. That's a good timeout by Coach Bickert.
Violante doesn't usually fire the threes. That's only her third three of the season, but she'll take that one when it was wide open.
You're right, she doesn't, but I know Coach Litz told me after last game that they really want her to step in and take that shot because it's open. But, other than Timon, nobody else really likes to shoot the outside shot. So, you need to step up and bury those against good teams like this because they're going to give it to you.
Well, the 6A classification when it comes to districts, Nazareth, I mentioned at 5-0, Easton 4-1, Parkland 6-0, West at 8-0, and then East at 6-1. I want to give a shout out to Bob Whirl, the EPC statistician. Got dinged up. He does a great job getting some stats and stuff like that. And I know he was clearing some ice on his driveway and hurt his head, hurt his wrist, and he's doing everything 100% left-handed, but still getting us some information for what we're doing. And Bob and Pat have done this for a long time, the EPC statisticians, since league formed in 2001. Pat's dad, Joe, started football in the 50s and basketball since 1986. So we want to thank the Whirls for everything they do in helping us here at D11sports.com.
Oh, she just missed Brugler on a backdoor cut there. And again, for those watching at home, watch Brugler play. She moves so well without the ball. She's constant motion.
And Brugler gets it right back. Great movement again.
And again, that's great penetration down there and a beautiful assist by Zalesko.
24-21.
And again, here's the 1-3-1 now. They switch back out of their man and back into the 1-3-1. Going to try to attack.
Timon from the corner. And another jump ball possession remains with Easton. And you're seeing a lot of unselfish play. Zalesko could go down there. She could, a short jumper 12 feet away, but she looked and she saw the player she wanted.
Well, you know how it is. It's the teams that share the ball are usually the ones that are successful at the end of the season. Here goes Brugler.
Good heads up by Violante. Try to go with the give and go, nothing there.
And again, if you're watching this game at home, you think this Easton's up by a lot. And I keep looking, and it's a three-point game still.
I keep looking to see who's in the lead. Little floater in the lane. No, the rebound by Staten.
There she is.
Staten for 2.
Staten's got 10.
She's at the right place for the rebounding position. She keeps the ball up high, puts it right back up.
Back up by 5. Lazinski going to take the 3. That one hits in front of the rim. Brugler with a rebound. They'll come back outside. Another 3. This is Ahern. That one rims out.
Brugler with another board.
She can't convert. So 3 chances there for the Blue Eagles.
And again, those 3-point shots are not falling for them like they usually do. But you know what you say. When you're off, you keep shooting till you're on.
Right. Keep shooting. That one stripped away. Lazinski with the pick.
That was good hands by Lazinski.
That'll be our first foul of the third quarter.
That's great sportsmanship by Easton there.
That foul's number 24. And we reached our immediate timeout here in the third quarter.
So immediate timeout comes here with under 4 to play.
21.
26-21. What has changed here in the third quarter? Obviously the hit from the outside, that helps. We talked about the standings earlier on. West leading to Monroe. Nazareth in the Northampton and Parkland in the Lehigh right now in the EPC as those standings. But, what has changed differently from here in the third quarter?
Well, as Easton has kept the intensity at half. You worry about a letdown after playing such an intense first half. They came out, and Easton's still doing their thing. Staten's still doing her thing down low. Nazareth still isn't able to finish at the other end. So it's really, looks like the same, not much difference in change.
And you mentioned the three-point shots. Easton's not taking that many, but they did get one by Timon there, and they got one by Violante. Nazareth gets in the game quick and can get ahead real quick by putting a couple of these players in. Lazinski hits him, Ahern hits him. There's a couple players that can hit from the outside. So, Easton, despite that lead, we said it before, 5, it can diminish real quickly.
Well, that three-point field goal can really change the game. And like I said, Nazareth has the ability to do it from multiple people, and Easton has been looking for other people to step up and do it. And today, they're the ones that are scoring the three-pointers.
(26-21), back to action. That one tipped away.
So Falzone's back on the court now out of this timeout. And yeah,
she's getting them added dimension. Backdoor trying to look for Brugler. Brugler's so tall. I didn't think that ball had a chance to get there. Eventually it gets there.
See what they did there? They had Falzone set a back screen on the low defender down there so they could throw a lob over the top to Brugler.
26-23.
And Falzone playing some great defense in the post there too on Zimmerman.
Violante eyes up the 3. Lazinski comes up with the board. Under 3 to play.
And here they're running here. They're running here.
Gets it back to Brugler. Brugler, everyone there. Falzone battles for it. A good job taking that away is Violante here in the second half.
I'll tell you, Easton's not allowing Nazareth to get any transition. They're really getting back. They're stopping the transition game for them and slowing the game down.
That foul's number 1, Kelly Lazinski.
So Lazinski on the foul.
Fortner and Polson return for the Blue Eagles. Cole checks in for the Red Rovers.
Here's Easton on a 1-4 low set here.
Nice feed inside. Off the window. Scoring is Evelise Cole. She's got 4.
Nice little move by a freshman, huh?
Tell you what, every time she gets the ball, it's hard to believe she's a freshman. 28-23.
And again, I don't think she scored in the last time they played, nor played as much, if I remember correctly.
She did not score, you're correct. In transition, not the roll. Second effort, and that one knocked away. A third opportunity here for the Red Rovers, but how about that block by Fortner?
That was great hustle on both ends of the floor coming back in transition.
Inside 2 to play.
Falzone pushing Zimmerman outside of the paint, making it really work. Easton with a 5-point lead here.
Trying to add to that lead on the 3. No, and the rebound, they'll extend it. Jayla Reinert, the junior, her first points of the game. (30-23), biggest lead of the game is now 7.
Boy, Easton is smothering the ball. They're doing a great job of really getting 2-3 people on the ball at all times.
Up by 7 are the Red Rovers as we approach the 1-minute mark left in the third. Coach Lutz has to be really pleased with what his team is doing today. He said the practice means so much for us.
Oh, look at Cole with the fake.
Wow. It didn't go, but I tell you what.
It did not go.
Later on, that's going to go. Whether it's this game or the next, that was a great fake.
Checks back in.
You got to love it.
The Red Rovers.
I think Nazareth's starting to get a little frustrated. You can see some frustration in their eyes since you can't see it in their face.
Yeah, right. I never know if we're smiling, not smiling. I always say you got to still smile. I think your cheeks go up just a little bit, and they think you're smiling. Final 45 ticks here in the third. Nazareth in much need of a basket here as the momentum is swung in the direction of Easton. Down low. Nothing there.
Skip pass is dangerous.
Whistle and a foul.
Foul's on Smith, the hand check.
That foul's number 5, Gareth Smith.
Lazinski checks back in.
It's 32 seconds. Now, some coaches would hold the ball for one. I'm of the mindset, let's score and get the ball back and score again.
And meanwhile, that ball was taken away by Timon. So a chance here to hold for one. Easton to add their lead. They're up by 7. Biggest lead of the game. This will be huge for the Red Rovers going into the fourth if they can convert. Final 10 seconds. Down to 8 on the clock. Quick passing, a 3, eyeing up, gets a good look, nothing there. Brugler will take this one, and it counts if it goes. That one off the mark through 3. 30-23 Red Rovers. We are back after this. You're watching our D11sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine.
St. Luke's is ready for you. We're working tirelessly to make sure our hospitals and facilities are as safe as ever. We're all masking for you, and we provide masks to our patients and guests. We're ready for you, screening all patients for symptoms before appointments and offering virtual registration and check-in. We're limiting the number of people in our waiting areas and repeatedly disinfecting waiting and exam rooms. St. Luke's is ready for you so you can stay healthy, now more than ever. Do you want to have your child see the pediatrician, but you wonder if now is a safe time? Well visits and vaccines are more important now than ever. St. Luke's Pediatrics offers options to streamline your visit, like over-the-phone screenings before you come in, virtual visits you could do from home, and some practices even offer curbside consultations. St. Luke's wants to keep you and your child safe and healthy, so call us today. St. Luke's, my health, my hospital, our community.
3 in the books, 1 to play as we welcome you back here to Nazareth Area High School. Al DeCarlo, Tracy Sear, Gianna Schaefer, Maggie LaFave, Dave Micah Jr., Bill Lewis, and the Sports Fan Base Network. You can join us here for our D11sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. After 3, Tracy, your thoughts?
Well, Easton really came to play today. I mean, they're doing a tremendous job on the defensive end. They're all looking to score. They're not relying on any one person just to take all their shots. It's a total team effort down here. And Nazareth really needs to convert right now at this end of the floor and stay in this game.
If I'm not mistaken, last basket by Nazareth was inside the 4-minute mark.
And it's not from a lack of trying. It's Easton's been really doing a great job of keeping the defense.
Another rebound by Staten. $39-30 was the score on Thursday night.
Easton's doing a nice job of keeping the ball moving here, not rushing anything, using the clock on the offensive end. They're not. Good pressure. Talia Brugler did a nice job of pressuring the ball, forcing a turnover by me.
Postponements not coming. Our plan is to be at Salisbury High School on Tuesday for Catasauqua and Salisbury boys. Thursday, we hope to get Easton at Freedom Boys and see the Freedom Boys team defending District 11 champs for the first time. Tried that on a couple of occasions, and hopefully that goes well. 15 feet away on the shot, and Polson connects here in the fourth.
And that stops the bleeding. They really needed that shot to keep us in a 5-point game here. I mean, it's still anybody's game with 6 minutes to go, but Nazareth really need to get the lid off the basket there and score.
Inside out, back inside. Now you can see the first time tonight, a little frustration there by Staten. And flying on the other end, Polson's starting to take over. She's got 4 straight.
It's a good timeout by Coach Lutz. Stop the momentum. Still have the lead.
It's a 30-second timeout.
30-27. Also next Friday, we'll look to have Southern Lehigh, Notre Dame at Southern Lehigh. That's always a good matchup between those two teams, and they've had battles in the past. As even when you were coaching, I guess there was battles in the past.
Yeah, there were.
So again, hopefully those games come your way here on D11sports.com. Again, I want to thank all the athletic directors for everything they do each and every day in supporting these student athletes and making it easier on us at D11 Sports. We call you sometimes and trying to get the stats at the last minute because we change the game, and they've been so accommodating, as have the coaches. And hats off to all the parents and the players, and for everything going on in a crazy, almost second year of this. Moving forward, 30-27.
Masters of the man-to-man pressure now. Changed out of their zone that they were in.
Simone tried to slide step and took the extra step.
Let's see if they can tie the game up here. It's what we came here for. It's why we paid the big bucks.
Brugler inside. Polson, that one slapped away. Violante. Tell you what, they're letting them play. I believe it was 4 fouls, team fouls in the first half. There's only 3 team fouls here in the second. Again, 2 great teams going at it. But they're definitely letting them play.
And I don't have a problem with that as long as it's consistent, and it has been.
Yeah, and I was just going to say it has been. Those things change a little bit different. Here's Polson looking for 6 in a row. Can't convert in transition.
They did a nice job of boxing out Brugler down low and clearing her out from under the basket so she couldn't get that rebound.
McPeak over to Staten. Staten's got a dozen.
Let me tell you, Staten's got that sweet little touch. And she's got a nice jump shot, too. I know Dave Litz said that he's given her the green light to shoot the 3 if she wants.
That one almost knocked away. Here's Brugler.
Yeah, that's a good call there on the reach across their body. But that was great hustle on both sides. Brugler saved that from getting a turnover by coming to meet the pass.
24.
Second team foul on Nakai Firstner. Second personal foul, excuse me. Third team foul.
They're going to swing this around to Ahern in the corner if they can.
Oh, they're riding Polsner right now.
Nice.
So Polsner scores 2 more. She's got 8 in the game, 6 in the quarter. 32-29.
Sorry.
So Trace, Coach Lutz calls a timeout here. It's 32-29. The media timeout was coming inside 4. Again, it's something new, what's going on, and it's kind of, as a coach, you got to see what you're seeing, and if you need a timeout at that time, whether it's 30 more seconds or not, you're going to take it, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I think in this case he has timeouts to give you. Like you said, you get that extra timeout because of the media timeout. But I think, he's looking at it as, I don't want to have a turnover, let them go down and score. Let me get my team here. We need to score here, make it back to a 5-point game, 6-point game. And I think that, he wants to maybe give the kids a little extra breather too, because you can see, with the masks on, some of them might need to get a little blow, make sure we score at this end. I mean, there's still a lot of time in this game.
And I agree. And one thing, when I say shuffling the deck, a lot of, maybe you're seeing more substituting than you're seeing in the past. And the main reason is that mask going up and down. I talked to Frankie D'Angelo the other day for about 5 minutes when I did the Palisades game, and he said, he wears a double mask. And he says, Al, even for the officials, it's very tough to go up and down the floor. And, they have the extra media timeout for that reason and give, these players a break and everybody in between. Inside out, wide open look up top for 3. That one is short. Violante comes up with the rebound. And then some bodies start flying. That's tough. I think it's going to be Easton basketball still.
Yeah, it was great hustle. Violante crashes right away on the shot. She doesn't wait to see what happens.
Literally crashing. A 3-point game. Interesting, Trey says, that, if you look at this game versus the last game, and next stoppage, I'll go through it, but, you're looking right at around the 39-30 game again.
Yeah, I mean, again, they're just strong, consistent teams that are playing here.
Inside 4 minutes, the lane is wide open on the baseline.
That was a nice ball fake and a drive baseline by McPeak.
And we reached our immediate timeout here in the fourth quarter.
I was going to say, you know, if you kind of compare games, which you never can compare them, but you can because that's what we do.
Because they played back-to-back as well. So.
Right. You know, so first, you know, take a look at a highlight here, moving the ball down the court.
Yes, Pulse rebounding and put back. She does a nice job of following up a missed shot and finishing for Nazareth. And she's really done a nice job this quarter, keeping her team in the game.
So Easton led 10-7 after 1. On Thursday, it was Nazareth 8-5. At the half, Nazareth led on Thursday 21-9 versus 19-18 in favor of Nazareth. You know, and then it was a 6-6 third quarter, then 15-12 after that. So I mean, it's interesting, but this is the type of game that you're going to get. Maybe different from Thursday because other players are performing, but the result the same. You're going to have game in the 30 or maybe the low 40s.
Yeah, and again, like I said earlier in this game, these foul shots are going to be huge. When you're only scoring, 40 or less points in a game, every point matters.
So McPeak, 5 for 10 from the free throw line, and can't get the roll there.
That media timeout iced her.
Yeah, they always have the timeout before the free throws. So 1 of 2 for McPeak. 33-29, a 4-point game in favor of Easton.
Boy, Easton they're like really up in your shorts, you know?
This
defensively.
Is Air Lazinski.
And there
yes. Kelly Lazinski, her second 3 of the game.
Call that one the money ball.
Wow.
She always seems to hit the big shot for their team. And she scores in bunches, too. She's the kind of kid that, once she hits one, she's going to hit another 1, 2, 3. And here it is. Ahern kicks it down to Pulse. Kicks it out to Lazinski for the 3. Step right into her shot. Quick release that I told you about.
Yeah, when she gets in that groove, and we've seen it in the past, we've seen it in the playoffs, we've seen it before. She really finds that seam. A year ago, 70-plus threes. Here about 3:30 on the clock, and they cut into the lead again. Easton came into the game and only lost just a couple days ago. 39-30 was the score. Here, a 33-32 game after the triple.
Yeah, and again, this is anybody's game at this point. This is where it's gonna matter with the foul shots, the rebounds, the second shots. They're not in any foul situation, and that might come back to haunt them if you get down to the end and you need to foul. You're gonna have fouls to give you.
And I was gonna just ask you, do you start pushing the ball inside so you can get to the free throw line and it's still too early here, and you just go with the shot that you get?
Well, I think you still want to work. You want to work the ball, but I think I'd go into Staten, man. That kid is just getting great position down low, but you got to make sure you have somebody weak side for the rebound too. So if she misses the shot, like nobody's on the weak side, you got to make sure you're there.
Timon, as Coach Lutz saying, hey, let's take some clock off here. Back to Violante, under 3 to play.
It's a great cut.
Oh, great look to Violante. Well, I thought there was a foul there.
Not in this game.
Yeah, and Coach Lutz wondering why that one taken away.
And
so now Dave Lutz is going to talk to the officials, say, wait, not over here, but over there.
Number 14, Maddie Ahern.
And that's not a bad foul. I mean, they had possession, a turnover, it ended up being a turnover, but it's not a bad foul. It's only the third team foul for both teams.
So Easton took about 45 ticks off the clock the last possession. Let's see what happens here. As they'll reset, and Violante will restart. Timon drives the lane, changes hands, can't convert. And it was a foul before the walk.
Yeah.
Coach Bickert wanted the walk.
I think he's using an electronic whistle, so it's harder to hear it.
Yeah.
He needs to get a Fox 40. I use those in our Fox 40 electronic ones are pretty loud.
Let's get a bullhorn. So since that media timeout, Easton has really controlled the ball here as they battle into the corner. McPeak.
Again, being patient, they have that 1-point lead.
Violante drives through, can't get the roll. Brugler has it. So as we approach the 2-minute mark, a chance for Nazareth, who was just down a few minutes ago by 5, to regain the lead. To the corner, over to Brugler. Inside, Paulson. Paulson can't convert. Well, Paulson's converted 6 of those points in this quarter. Couldn't get it there.
So Nazareth is now in their man, really making him work.
After the turnover,
they
let Lazinski go right through, and Nazareth has taken the lead.
That's such a smart play right there. The defense stepped up on her. She saw the lane. She just drove right around her, right to the basket and finished.
Nazareth back on top, 34-33.
But again, that's what we said. Lazinski is the kind of kid that once she hits one, she's going to feel it again. She comes up with a big steal here. She passes it, gets it back, realizes she's not being guarded, has that whole lane, and takes it in and finishes strong.
Yeah, even changed hands inside the paint going through. We talked about this before. Since the beginning, you said as long as it's consistent. And it's been consistent. I mean, the fouls are 4-3 right now, and they're letting them play. It's one of those games that they're going to let them play unless you're really hacking away or, a big bump foul. Even there was a little tugging, but they're letting them play. I personally, I like to see it, that way and let them, play it out in the court to a point. And as long as it's consistent, keep it going. And right now.
Unless your daughter's that point guard that just got stripped, right?
That's true. Then you're wondering what's going on.
Call the foul. Call the foul.
That's 100%. By the way, you're talking about fans. So, they're allowing 2 parents in and everything like that. Just hearing some of them, you hear some fans, it's always great. I just like the atmosphere.
Yeah, you need to have a little bit of noise in the gym. Here's Nazareth now. It looks like they're coming out in their man-to-man pressure. Going to try to create some turnover here off of their pressure.
Again, fouls to give for both teams, so this becomes interesting here with a 1-point game. Whoever has the basketball and how the defense is going to play them.
And now Easton's playing from behind, so they need to make this possession count.
Oh, Dave Lutz is beside himself now. He's not going to be happy there.
Yeah, I don't think I would have been happy with that call either.
That was right in front of the Easton bench.
Easton calls a timeout.
So he'll talk a timeout.
So he took this timeout, and they're not going to change the call,
right?
So he wanted to make it known that, hey, that was not the right call. And that's two times now Lazinski's gotten away with a little bit of contact.
Yep. This one was a little bit more, though.
Yeah,
and when it's in front of your bench, it's a little bit even more so. Sometimes you see those ones come back, but, when there's only 1:30 left in the game, we'll see what happens here. So a big possession coming up here as they get ready. But, boy, what a battle. What a battle all afternoon. Glad you could join us here for our D11Sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. I want to thank John Hoff, Ken Sidlow, Greg Lay, everyone over at St. Luke's, our D11 Sports Student Internship Program, and Maggie LaFave and Gianna Schaefer. Brent Jacoby not here this afternoon. She's done a great job with the team, with our team as well.
So let's look here. Easton's coming out now with pressure man-to-man because they're down. Or maybe not. They're staying in their zone. They're staying in their zone and just keeping the pressure on the guards.
And you see, if you're Easton, you got 3 fouls to give. At what point do you foul a little, when we get inside the minute, that you don't get a shot at?
Well, I think I'd be pressing up like Lazinski was pressing up on me. Put my body up on somebody, really try to go for the ball. This is your opportunity to get a foul.
Yeah, instead, Brugler gets loose underneath. She's got 10.
Beautiful, again, moving without the ball. Beautiful backdoor cut. Her teammate knew where she was going to be, and they were able to finish. Easton typically all day has been getting touches on that ball and deflecting the passes. Today, this time it was open, and she was able to finish. Here's Lazinski skipping it over to Ahern, to Polson, who hits Brugler cutting back door for a beautiful finish off the glass. She hasn't scored a lot of points today, but that was a big basket right there. Put them up by 3.
Yeah, she's got 10. Nazareth right now rolling along on a 7-0 run. They got the 3 by Lazinski, the basket by Brugler. The 3 by Lazinski, inside runner by Lazinski, and then the basket by Brugler. So the 1-2 punch coming to play here at the end. At the 3:40 mark, it was 33-29, so they have not scored since the 3:40 mark.
See if so they could go inside of state and maybe get the 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
And that ball gets tipped away.
Yeah, Coach Lutz isn't happy.
They go for the steal.
See, and this is where I would be, she's doing a great job here. Fresner putting pressure on the ball. Lazinski's absorbing it.
Oh, nice pick. That one taken away by Fresner. And Fresner going to go straight through the paint and score.
The whole sequence was awesome by Fresner. She did a great job of, again, giving it back to Nazareth. Again, pressuring the ball, poking her hand in and coming up with a steal, and then finishing on the other end.
Trace, no one's going away here, right? They're going to battle to the end. And at the same time, you're looking at Easton there, pressuring, bumping, grinding, and they're letting them play.
And here's Ahern with the ball, and Fresner with a great tip, steal to herself, pass to herself, and finish at the other end. She gets contact and finishes. I mean, she usually could have had a 3-point play there. And again, Easton's not going away. They're keeping pressure on the ball. They're going to give it right back at Nazareth. Nazareth is, getting up in their space, really bumping them, and they're letting them play, like we said. There's still 4, fouls to give on both sides here. Easton's still down by 1, so they're going to have to come out here and press up, pressure with 35 seconds to go. And here they are, full court pressure. I like this. A lot of teams put their player on the ball. I like keeping somebody back. That way I'm not getting beat on a bomb play.
I'll take it into Brugler. Okay, there's not much time on the clock. They're going to try to get a steal here and see what they can get. And they'll get over to Brugler again. You don't want anybody loose.
No, let them foul me. That's what I would say. Again.
At what point do you foul here?
Well, I think you got to give yourself about 15 seconds to go so you can shoot a 3. But I'd be fouling.
Last person you want to foul is Lazinski, but and finally they do. So actually they did a good job. They'll go over to Zalasko. Zalasko's only been to the free throw line 6 times today.
I think that's what they were waiting for, but they have fouls to give. So that's the problem, is they waited too long.
Correct. And now, for every foul here,
I probably would have been fouling all the way up the court to get fouls to give, but I would have been playing some type of a trapping so you can get a turnover.
I mean, right here on the inbound, if you don't get it, you got to foul right away.
Yep.
They're taking times off.
Foul's number 44, Avery McPeak.
So final 9 seconds. Again, 1 more to give. Actually, 2 more, right?
Yeah, because that's only the 5th foul, so they have to stop the clock 1 more time and then.
So Nazareth up by 1. They get into Brugler, and they'll quickly foul.
But I would have fouled a little bit sooner if I was Easton, just to get in a position with 15 seconds to go, get the last foul, and be able to have time to.
If you're Easton anyway, you see where the ball's being inbounded. This is huge here. You get the steal, and you're back in business.
Foul number 50, Anya State. That's a 1-1.
So let's see if Polson can put these in or not. But still, it's 1 possession game, I mean, if she hits these, they just need a 3 at the other end. And 7 seconds is a lot of time.
No doubt.
Foul's on Fortner. Check in Blue Eagles.
So 7 seconds on the clock, 36-35. Nazareth on top. Polson really took over in the 4th quarter. She had 6 of her 8 points here in this quarter.
And these are 1-on-1, so you got to box out.
Misses on the free throw. and stepped out of bounds.
Well, that's a tough hustle play there. And that's a dangerous play, too, though. She's saving the ball underneath your own basket. She could have easily saved it to a Nazareth player who could have scored. So, you know, it's tough at the time left in this game in that situation.
So basically here, you on an inbound, you don't get the steal, quick foul. You try the 1-and-1, and then you get opportunity to move it up the floor if you're Easton. This one's going to come out down to really one play.
Yes. And those foul shots we talked about throughout the whole game, you know. But, you know, again, as a coach, you want to make sure you get an opportunity. So you want to make sure you're fouling quickly. I mean, these are things that, you know, people laugh. I remember I was telling my team foul immediately, and it took 14.2 seconds to foul immediately, and I was like, ballistic. So
no, you?
So we practice our fouls. We practice fouling kids at practice. Like we you know, worked on fouling immediately, and that's going to happen here. You're going to foul immediately. We need to go to the line. You know, regardless if she makes both of them or not, you need to get the rebound and go down and score.
Bottom line is you're fouling as quick as you can here. Not much time. 5.8 on the clock. Glad you could join us on this Saturday afternoon. 10-7 Easton after 1, 19-18 Nazareth at the half, 30-23 Easton after 3, 36-35 here.
See if they can face guard deny and not let the ball get in bounds and possibly get a turnover that way, too.
Paulson inbound, and a quick foul will send Ahern to the free throw line. Ahern, if I'm not mistaken, has yet to be there this year.
Well, that's because she's a three-point shooter. This might be too close for her.
Makes the first.
Now, this is a huge rebound. If she misses this, Easton has to come up with a rebound. And if she makes it, they need to get it down the court.
So she makes both. Three-point game. But if you're Coach Lutz, all you ask, and I think you said this before, is an opportunity, right?
Yes.
You have your opportunity here. You got
Yes.
4 seconds. You got a chance to set up a play. You had the timeout left, and you just bring up the court, and you got see who's going to be your three-point shooter. Obviously, Timone can hit him out there, but you mentioned before Violante. Is she the one that's going to get the ball?
Well, and also, as he said to me, he told me that he really wants to get Staten an opportunity to shoot a three. She has the green light as well. So maybe, to me, the biggest factor is you want to get an opportunity to tie this game, and you can only do that with a three. So you have to make sure that you take a three-point attempt, not two.
So 4.5 seconds.
Let's see what Coach Litz draws up here. I'm going to assume that Nazareth is probably going to come out man-to-man. They'll probably keep somebody back defensively in center field to not give up the bomb play. You want to keep players in front of you, force them to take an awkward or off-balance three if you can.
Well, a nice Saturday afternoon. Two of the top teams in the area. Chance maybe for a little OT. Why not? 3-point game, 4 seconds on the clock.
Look, they got Staten down there in the corner.
Looking to inbound. This is a tough play, and this one bobbles through, and McPeak goes to the corner of Violante, and that one is short, and time will wind down.
Well, you know what? They got the shot. They got the attempt. They did a nice job of getting an opportunity at the end to tie the game.
38-35 Nazareth as they stay perfect on the season and get the victory.
I'll tell you, Easton did. Yeah, Easton did a great game today. They really did. They made adjustments. They just weren't able to finish at the end.
Well, you're watching our D11Sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. But boy, what a finish there. We'll take a quick timeout, and when we come back, we'll have our player of the game and Coach Bickert. Back after this.
Do you want to have your child see the pediatrician, but you wonder if now is a safe time? Well visits and vaccines are more important now than ever. St. Luke's Pediatrics offers options to streamline your visit, like over-the-phone screenings before you come in, virtual visits you could do from home, and some practices even offer curbside consultations. St. Luke's wants to keep you and your child safe and healthy, so call us today. St. Luke's, my health, my hospital, our community.
We are back. 38-35 is your final score, and we go down to Maggie Lefebvre and Gianna Schaefer, who have the player of the game. We'll get back to him in a second. Obviously, something with the mic on, so we'll check that as they're looking into that. We'll take you through the scoring at the same time. 3 points for Timone, 4 points for Cole, 2 points for Zimmerman, 2 points for Reinert, Firstner with 2, 9 points for Violante, and a dozen for Staten. She played extremely well. For Lazinski, she finishes with 8, 7 points for Marina Falzone, 10 points for Tyler Bugler. Madeline Ahern finishes with 5, and Courtney Polson finishes with the 8 points at the same time. So obviously, the chance there to go, and now we'll go down to the girls who have the player of the game.
Hi, I'm here with Courtney Polson for D11 Sports Student Athlete of the Game. Congratulations on your win. So what'd you do in the game, to pull out the win? What'd you guys do?
When we went down at halftime, we came in and we were like, listen, we're up by 1 and passing it back and forth isn't working right now because we were just going back and forth at the top. So we figured out we need to get it inside more, and then we were having great passes to each other inside, and then that was also opening up our shooters outside, and I think that just really brought it all together for us.
Yeah. You guys are having a great season, obviously. How do you think this momentum is going to carry forward through, hopefully the rest of the season that you guys have?
I think these last 2 games were really big games for us, and now to have that done, I think we're all excited. We're undefeated, and we're really just trying to push and keep going for what we had last year, especially with leagues being canceled now. We really want to make that run to states.
All right, thank you so much. Congratulations again. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, girls, as you get that. So 4-2 for Easton. The Blue Eagles go to 6-0. Overall thoughts of this game and how we knew it was going to be a good game. It was a good game on Thursday as well. And, there's some big plays in this one at the same time. So the opportunity was there when you look at it, really, for both teams getting involved today.
Yeah, Easton came out. They were ready to play today. And, again, with the style of the game, officials were letting them play. It came down to the wire just like we wanted. Like I said, I just wanted a good game today, and we got it.
Take us through, moving forward for these two teams. Obviously, they're going to be a hard team to beat, both of them. You have 2 of the premier teams, in the Valley going head-to-head. But as they move forward, you expect these two to maybe meet down the road. It's a possibility if everything goes according to plan.
Yeah, definitely in districts. Like we said, Freedom hasn't played yet. Freedom's another tough team that both these teams are going to have to play. So, I just think that both of them have such outstanding teams, and it's no shame to be able to say that you lost, twice to a team like Nazareth, who again returned everybody from last year's state quarterfinalists. So,
you talked a little bit about Staten, type of player she is. Overall thoughts of her play, and what we saw from her.
Well, Easton really fortunate. They have this, sophomore post player who's gives such great presence, and then they have this freshman Cole who came off the bench who also contributed a lot defensively, offensively. She's not afraid to shoot. Have a freshman that's not afraid to take an open shot is really, really key.
And finally, for Coach Bickert, you got another player in the mix in Falzone, Marina Falzone, and what she was capable of doing. And she came to play. She gave them those 7 points when they needed them. But this game, if I look back at it, 10-7 Easton after 1 quarter of play, and at the half it was a 1-point game. Nazareth scored at the end. After 3, it was 30-23. Easton went up by 7, but we knew those fouls to give. You kept saying those fouls to give, or the foul situation. It could come down to that. It always comes down to fouls. But all of a sudden, there's 20 seconds left in the game, and you're not fouling, and Easton couldn't just get there. But they had a good shot there at the end.
They did, and I think Nazareth knew that they had fouls to give, so they were losing at the time when they were really bellying up and getting the turnovers that they wanted that could have gone either way as fouls or turnovers. And they knew that they could if they were going to get the foul, they would at least help their case near the end and have no fouls to give at the end.
With that, standing by right now is Rich Bickert. He's down with Gianna Schaefer and Maggie Lefebvre. We'll throw it down to them.
Okay. Hi, we're here with Nazareth's coach Bickert, and so what are your thoughts on the game?
Well, it was a little sloppy. Again, I think they were prepared better than we were, and that's on me. We took them maybe not a little lightly, I'm not going to say that, but we weren't prepared for that zone as well as we should have been. And, with one-day practice, it's been tough. We don't know what to work on and what not to work on. But the kids played hard, and, I keep telling them defense wins games, wins championships. So, we got stops when we needed to, and then we made a couple big shots. So we ended up winning the game we maybe shouldn't have won, but, they fought, and that's all I can ask them, to play hard.
All right, thanks a lot. And, that was Coach Bickert. And now we'll wrap it up from here. You're good. That'll wrap it up from here. We'll let Coach Bickert go in for that. Tracy, your final thoughts.
Well, I just think both these teams are extremely talented, and I think going forward, they have a lot more basketball to be played, and both of them are going to be in contention for the district's championship at the end. All
right, that'll do it for everyone here. I want to thank Bill and everyone at Sports Fan Base Network. I want to thank Dave Micah Jr. and definitely thank Maggie Lefebvre and Gianna Schaefer, Tracy Sear, Ray Romello for having us here. And, best of luck to both teams the rest of the way moving forward. Al DeCarlo saying so long. Enjoy your Saturday. Final score once again this one. Nazareth stays undefeated. They win by the final score of 38-35. We'll be back at it with Catasauqua and Salisbury on Tuesday. Have a great Saturday afternoon. You've been watching our D11Sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Have a great night.